Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the originals. This is episode 1 of season 3. Hopefully guys enjoyed the first 2 seasons that are on the channel, as well as the Vampire Diaries that we're currently uploading, and it has been mental. It's a crazy ride. What a season. I would probably say the last season of the originals was the best one that we've had so far, and it was definitely improved with the introduction of Dahlia. She was absolutely crazy, you know. She come in, she wanted to take hope, she wasn't messing about, she done what she wanted to do, and that was to turn family against family, and that is what happened, and all hell literally broke loose. We had Rebecca and Elijah kind of standing on Rebecca's side against Klaus, who was daggered for the first time ever, and now he knows how it feels for his family to obviously go against him. But you can kind of see where both parties are coming from. So obviously on Elijah's side, you can see that he had no really choice. Klaus said that he had a plan to go after Dahlia, but he was not disclosing that information. Klaus said that he's not trustworthy, he's not been the same since his mum taken him, and if he told him any information, he'd just run and tell Freya, who's Klaus, you know, he isn't a big fan of right now. He doesn't think he can trust her. But again, you can see where Freya's coming from. It's like, mate, you know, you're saying you can't trust me, but you're not giving me the opportunity to let you trust me. Do you know what I mean? I've just come in and I'm trying to tell you, you know, Dahlia's coming, and I'm trying to do my best to save the child. I'm trying to help the family, but you think I'm an outsider, you know. You say, don't speak to me like we're familiars. I don't even know you, you know, and then you're not even giving me the resources or the task or the ability to even, you know, help the family to prove my worth to you. So, I mean, you can see that their side, why they're going after Klaus, because he's being totally paranoid, but he's justified in his paranoia. You know, we've seen it with Klaus, everything that he's been through. He has a reason to act the way he does, and obviously I trust everything that he says. I just think that obviously maybe sometimes just drop one little bit of info, and that's all it'll take for Elijah. You know, give him a little bit of info and he can take it, he can come in. But the fact is, if you're going to restrict him and leave him like hang out to dry, so to speak, then he's going to be paranoid as well, and he's going to do random actions just like Klaus does. So I mean, that there was it was definitely interesting from them, and the results of him being daggered was absolutely crazy. He's come back. Obviously Dahlia done a proposition to him. She said, look mate, I don't really want to kill Hope or anything, and I don't really have to take her maybe far away. Basically, you can be in her life, you can raise her, you could be the dad, but I just need her to harness the powers. I will take it, I will harness it, I will teach her to grow up and control her powers, because we've seen in a flashback that Freya, she couldn't control it obviously at the start, and she said that she's the only one that could do it. Well, Klaus thought, you know what, I'll accept this plan, but there was a catch. The only way that Dahlia said that they could do this was if he actually kills Haley, which he agreed. He said, she's dead to me, you know, I've never really cared for her anyway. But it's interesting because then obviously what stemmed from that is she woke him, he's took the dagger out, he's gone after Elijah, he's killed Gia, which I'm absolutely devastated about. You know, he's gone after Haley, and instead of killing Haley and Jackson, what he's actually done is he's transitioned them back into the form that he was when he was introduced in the show, where they could only become human when the moon is full, instead of obviously turning to a vampire, to a wolf when the moon is full. So this is interesting, and I know what, yeah, everybody was slagging Klaus off, but it's got me thinking, yeah, Dahlia wanted Haley dead. Now Klaus has transitioned her over into being a wolf, and she's still alive, and this is, I think, another part of Klaus's plan. I think he's really smart in the stuff that he does, and I think that him transitioning her into the wolf, yeah, obviously seems savage right now and not the best play, but it's better than Haley being dead, and it still gives Hope a mother, and it's still really interesting, because then obviously he's gone through with his plan, but he's double-crossed her right at the very end, mate. He has double-crossed Dahlia right at the very end. He's linked their lives together, and then he's daggered himself, so she's gone to the floor. You know what I mean? The guy's absolutely crazy. Then, obviously, what they've done is they've tried to go and save Hope. And Dahlia, when they've been returned pretty much, because I don't know what she done, like a spell, but pretty much the dagger was melting. When it fully melted, they both come back. She was saying, look mate, we're not linked anymore. Whatever spell that I'd done and whatever brought us together, I can kill you now with no effect to me. Well, that was really interesting, because obviously they went at it, they went fighting, they had Esther here, you know, she took Freya and they chased her, they hunted her down. The Michaelsons turned up, they tried to fight her, couldn't really do it. They had Esther there as well. What she actually done, which was sick, is she destroyed the white oak stake, boom, into ashes, into the air, and obviously the droplets coming down, he was all inhaling it. It put them pretty much incapacitated on the floor, dying, literally. It was well good. Then while all this was going on, Dahlia was speaking to Esther, and Freya managed to like worm her way out, well, like pretty much waft the salt away from the circle, breaking kind of like the bond. Then obviously they come running over, stab mate. Klaus managed to actually stab through his mum and through Dahlia, pretty much rendering him, it looked like they both turned into stone, or they both like obviously went into ashes and burnt themselves, which was, I thought was really good actually, because we did get kind of like a flashback sort of memory, so to speak, of like Dahlia and Esther in their original form back in the day when they was took with the Vikings, and they both apologised to each other, and it's kind of like they both found peace, and then obviously they both died. And then that's how obviously the family succeeded. So Freya now, I'm going to let her off for everything that I was saying, because she did display loyalty towards the family. She held them out, and now that she could be Team Michelson, it's really interesting. We nearly got a Klaus and Cami kiss. I was gagging for it, but we got a Rebecca and Marcel kiss, which was really interesting. So I mean, I can't wait to see what the season holds, because Klaus was sitting at the end of the season saying like a lullaby to his baby, and he was saying, look, I'm the big bad wolf and everybody's turning against me. But you know what, sometimes there is like casualties in war, and there's always another chapter in everybody's story, and I can't wait to find out what that is. So if you guys can't wait to find out what it is today as well, please smash the like and the button if you really help out the channel, subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Our mother had made us into beasts that fed on blood, but immortality was beyond our grasp. All we knew was a fear of being hunted, so we ran. We fed.
The road is a major thoroughfare. If the bodies are found, word of our presence will spread to Michael. Finn, please.
Hey, Finn, mate, what?
Do we have any idea where we're running to next?
Split up.
We swore a vow.
Your vows haunt me more than father himself.
I take no joy in our ascent, but I do wish to sleep in a bed.
Family above all. Always, forever.
They look good with long hair though, don't they? Look at Klaus, he looks absolutely mad, mate.
Always and forever indeed.
Interesting start. Do you know what I liked is that we had the original Cole and Finn, you know, and Rebecca, the original Rebecca, because at the end of last season she decided to be Eva Sinclair, didn't she? So that again is good. I like it.
My dear Rebecca, our brothers remain at odds. Klaus will never apologize, and Elijah cannot forgive him. And Klaus kept his word. Marcel controls the quarter. While hope continues to flourish, it is clear that she misses her mother. Despite my best efforts, I've yet to find a means to undo the spell, and we're in no position to ask for outside help.
Can you just hear me out?
No. Which is, don't do favors for vampires.
Started,
His
mate.
rage in our family has only grown. Meanwhile, Klaus has begun to see Camille for what he calls their little chat. I remain your loving sister, Freya.
Mate, it's well interesting that, isn't it? Literally, it's so interesting. Now, obviously, Elijah is still butting heads with Klaus. Klaus is, she said, not really showing no remorse. He's not helping getting Hayley back, which, you know, I kind of expect him to, even though I did think that, like I said in the intro, I think that he'd done it to save her instead of killing her. I think it helped her. But looks like Davina's at it already, mate. Literally hating the Michelsons and the vampires. Now, again, man, not just because it's Davina, I just dislike vampire haters. I love the vampires. You know what I mean? If someone hates something that I enjoy, then they grind. You know what I mean? It's like, do you know what really grinds my gears? And that is one of them. So if we're going to get that all season, she's going to be my villain.
Why did you ask me to meet you here?
Well, I'd hoped we might have one of our little chats. I'm allowing you a private tour of my exhibition. I see no reason the fruits of my labor should go unappreciated.
I was very clear when I set our boundaries, and they don't include private art shows.
Come on, man. They can't be giving me a whole season of tease.
You're worried no one else will come. You're scared because the people you love are angry with you.
Oh, she analysed it, mate.
This is your friend, the shrink?
Kimmy O'Connell, bartender.
Didn't show her the body.
I say this is your area of expertise.
Mate, I feel like a different dynamic already.
Tomorrow's the full moon. I can help you bring hope to Hayley if you'd like.
Do you think, Freya, is he still angry for my part in Hayley's curse? Perhaps I'd be more sympathetic if Hayley apologized. After all, it was her that tried to run off with my daughter.
At this rate, you'll drive the entire family away.
Freya's cut her hair. So they've all got different haircuts. Do you know what, again, I find interesting is he did say it was his art that kind of saved the life.
Becca, we have discussed this.
No, you discussed this. None of us had any say in the matter. Wherever they were off to, why can we not simply go in their stead?
Masquerade as nobles from a land we do not know, whose customs we cannot begin to understand.
Elijah, we could hide in plain sight. We could live ordinary lives.
Silence.
I'm the personal servant to the Count de Martel. I was sent to escort these guests to his home for a lengthy stay. If you mean to pose as the family you have slaughtered here, then you'll need my help.
Please, can we keep him?
Rebecca, no.
All those in favor of letting him live.
Those inclined to gut him.
What shall it be?
This penthouse is equipped with all the luxuries money can buy.
As for the price.
Oh, shit.
Mr. Castle.
Please, call me Lucien.
Wait. That guy is the guy that was just, that they kept alive, yeah? Interesting. Really interesting. What I would also really love to see is the first time they compelled somebody. Because how mad would that be? You know, like jump, and someone jumps and you're like, wait, what? You know, sit down. Do you know what I mean? You sit on the floor, you're like, what's going on? Literally, it would be so fascinating to see the first time they ever learned compulsion. This guy is very interesting, to be honest. Like, is he a badder? And if he is, why is he starting now? Or has he always been one? And why has he come to, I was going to say Mystic Falls, but New Orleans, you know what I mean? Mental. And I think everybody looks better with long hair. That's just me. Even Klaus this season, he's got longer hair than last, and I think he looks better. And I think Elijah's is better as well. It's a bit more combed over. Long hair looks so much better.
Whoever did this took their time. He wasn't bound. There are no marks on his wrist, no signs of struggling or clawing.
He was compelled, Camille.
Wounds may have a special meaning for the killer. Not a formal ritual, but intentional.
No covens are to expand into gentility. I did not dismiss you. Do not walk away from me.
See, to me, there's a difference between being a bossy person and being a leader. Do you know what I mean? Like, what she was saying there, I didn't dismiss you. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is, like, not an abuse of power, but that's thinking you're better than everybody instead of being a leader to guide everyone. There's a difference between having a boss at work who's like a bully, who tries to boss you everything you do, or someone that guides you, assists you, helps you get better. That's what I expect Davina to be, not one of these where she like stamps her authority down, do as I say.
And no one heard any screams, so he must have been compelled to just stand there and...
You think this was us? Dead bodies lead to headlines, which means tourism drops.
You don't think this was Klaus?
Best behavior ain't exactly his thing.
Do you think he's going to be real mad when she accuses him? Well, asks him.
Work is nothing more than a self-celebratory ego trip.
That mouthy blood bag does have a point. Your work is derivative. Can we please have a drink? I am quite parched.
Oh, they're mates.
Hell of a spot for a picnic.
If you can tolerate the mosquitoes, it's actually rather serene.
This whole area is now property of Kingmaker Land Development. There's been an influx of wild predators. My boss pays top dollar to wipe them out. I'm gonna have to ask you to clear out.
No more dead wolves.
There are other teams out there. I don't have the authority to...
Oh, he said. He needs to go to the source. Who's the guy who's bought it?
See the Count de Martel? You address him as your grace, all other nobles as my lord. Bow deep, my lady Rebecca. He also relishes a healthy cleavage.
Dirty guy.
Just speak as we practiced.
You were sent to fetch the Comte de Guise.
Indisposed. May I present his children?
Your father never mentioned you to me in all our dealings.
Father was forever distant with his travel. However, I do know that Father would consider it a glorious honor that we should be introduced to society by noble hand, Your Grace.
Rebecca de Guise de Roquefort.
Desperation.
Charmed.
You've proven to be an immense help.
My master is a cruel drunkard who torments his minions for sport. All these gentlefolk behind their silks and their jewels, they are slavers, killers. What do I care if you kill a lot of them? They're Count's children, the Lord Tristan and his sister, the Lady Aurora, as her brother is wicked. Might I suggest that you avoid them completely?
Well excited. Mate, I've got to say, what era is that? Olden times. I'm just gonna say olden times. I love watching programs like that, like Vikings and like The Last Kingdom. All those stuff, absolutely sick. I just love it. Like, just olden time stuff. It's so interesting.
As you well know, Aurora and I parted ways centuries ago.
Stay here. Behave yourself.
I'm not here for the show. I have a problem and you weren't answering your phone. Who's the dirtbag eyeing me like a marac of lamb, old friend? Yeah.
Hard of hearing, quite the opposite, actually.
Someone tortured and killed a local. Left the body right out in the open.
Yes, Freya, mate.
Did I misinterpret the kind of exhibition you're attending?
Aren't you the one who said I deserved the night off?
I have an errand to run. I would rather my niece not bear witness.
Check Freya out, mate. I'm loving it.
What are you really doing in my city?
Every vampire in the world knows you've been attacked. A number of times nearly killed. When Finn was killed, we all learned the truth. As you can imagine, the threat of it doesn't sit well with those of us that remain. You and your siblings are mighty indeed. Yet the attacks on you do show that you are not completely invulnerable. What if I told you there's a growing conflict between the remaining 3 sire lines? Kill an original, wipe out an entire line of competition. Your family is divided and thus weaker than you have ever been.
My family is hardly weak, Lucien.
Easy, Nick. If you want to know what I do about the dangers you now face, trust me enough to come with me.
I actually am so invested. I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but it makes total sense, mate. If somebody found out that Kill One Original kills all of them that have been sired, then it would make total sense, wouldn't it? If you had an enemy and you couldn't take down like a full family, you're like, okay, I'll just go and take one guy out. Eliminates my problem. Do you know what I mean? And this guy's come in and I thought, oh, he might be the bad guy, you know, like the way it's kind of with a dead body and that. But then is he a bad guy? Is he coming to actually help Klaus because he's scared of dying himself? Do you know what I mean? I'm well intrigued. I'm back in that situation where I'm like, is he good? Is he bad? I don't know, but I'm invested. And then I'm loving the flashbacks as well. Fully into them. Loving the present story. Really want Klaus to get with Cami. Begging for it. I don't think that's going to happen until back end of the season. And again, man, if there's going to be a threat coming to take Klaus, Elijah or Rebecca down, it is going to definitely entertain me. I think this has been a good introduction for me anyway. I've really, really enjoyed it. It's kept me on the edge.
I'd ask if everything was okay, but wouldn't be here if it were.
I was attacked. One of my own people tried to use a spell to ruin my hands. They should respect me. I didn't sign up for this.
Sure you did. You chose to be their leader. It might be one today, but if you sit back and do nothing, by tomorrow there'll be more. If not me, find another way. But it's got to be done.
Wait. She could teleport? What the fuck? Wait, is that new? What the hell?
What the hell are you doing?
Oh.
Lay the bait.
Oh.
And just in time for lesson 2.
Ah, it's so good.
Present my personal forecaster.
I suggest you feed on me. As you do, I'll allow you into my mind. Drink deep, but beware. What you broke is past repair. As your family is undone, you will seed the beast that is to come.
That look like Marcel, that.
You will provide me with the precise location of every last one of those vulgar traps.
I know who you thought I was. She's not with her daughter. She's probably dead.
Yeah, you got to give Elijah a clap. 10 out of 10 eye focus, mate. Guy didn't look down once. I know she definitely had no clothes on. The guy kept his eyes straight on it, mate. He's only got eyes for Ayla. That's mad. Oh, it's excited. So somebody's coming after Klaus and Elijah and Rebecca. That's what that woman's saying. She kind of was like, one of them's going to die. I kind of felt like that's what she was saying, but if one of them dies, I'm going to be going mad. Nah, I don't know. Literally, if one was to die, who would you pick? I literally couldn't pick one. That is the truth. I am the fish on the rod that they've just reeled in out to sea, honestly. I can't wait for it.
You seem pretty convinced Klaus had nothing to do with it.
It's a vampire. What are the police gonna do? We'd be sending the arresting officers to get slaughtered.
Hey, it's Kenny. Want to let you know you were right. If you're not busy, I could use your brain.
I am Klaus Michelson. I don't need anyone. Yes, you are Klaus Michelson. You are the most ruthless, wicked beast to ever live.
I've been worried that you've lost a step. You've acquired countless enemies. And with the sire lines at war, you now have mine as well. And because I do not want to die, let me help you.
I don't trust anyone.
Yeah, it's a good answer. You know, it's a good answer. Do you know what I was going to say? If he said yeah, I was going to say no, mate. Because he didn't trust Freya when she come in. Obviously, he knows this guy. He's known him for, 1,000 years to say, let's dabbled in and out of him. But he didn't trust Freya when she come in and told him that there was a threat coming. So he shouldn't trust this guy coming in and telling him there's a threat coming. Consistency, I like it.
I thought you said no vamp speed, Marcel.
Come on, if I move any slower, I'll be going in reverse.
Oh!
You remember Davina? Girl you were supposed to mentor?
I mean, that girl's got a bigger chip on her shoulder than
you do.
these witches keep messing with her, she's gonna get angry. You think that's gonna end well for anyone?
What the hell am I doing here? Why am I trapped?
I used magic to draw you here and to keep you a captive audience.
The only person Klaus trusts is Cami, I think, even though he says he don't trust anyone.
You can't just come. I mean, Klaus, seriously.
I didn't come here to quarrel. I came to offer you a gift. Our mate Lucien has swanned into town with all manner of troubling news.
Fine. If you want to talk it through, come back tomorrow.
I'm afraid I need to talk about it now.
No, you don't get to just come into my house uninvited. I get it. You're a vampire. It's a tortured existence. I'm sorry, but do you really have to be such an insensitive disappointment?
Keep the gift.
Oh, it's always her every time, man.
I painted it for you.
Klaus.
Oh, she's gone. Every time, man, his heart gets broken of everyone.
I wonder if we might discuss your analysis of my work.
Oh man, the Joker's sick in it. How's he done that second one? I'm sure he was with Klaus at the same time. Wait, was that the king's daughter? Oh, the guy's dead. What is going on, mate? Literally, what the hell is going on? All I know is I'm fully invested. Me, absolutely hardcore, all in. I've loved this episode. Absolutely loved it, mate. I don't know what's going on, but like everything that's been introduced has got me intrigued. Do you know what I mean? So like we've got the continuous story of the old season, which was already very good, that had me invested, and then we've got this like this new female, and this new guy. And then obviously he's saying that a threat's coming to the Michelsons as well. We've got a witch like going after them, like, well, telling their story obviously to Klaus. And then obviously we've got his paranoia and him and Cami. And I feel like Cami and Vincent, man, have got a connection. Now obviously I want Cami and Klaus to be together, but I do think that they're a good team, Cami and Vincent, like a really good team. And then we've got Davina as well, you know, like she's having like a little war between the witches, and now she's going to try and get help with the vampires, which is going to hate on the witches, and it's going to be like, what's going on, mate? Lots of stuff. It's been a fucking mint episode. And that is going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because I've loved this episode, honestly. I think it's been a sick introduction to the season. Honestly, it really has. Like, I just love the flashbacks, or whatever you'd want to call them. They are flashbacks where he was obviously dressed in like the olden times, and then we got the king and stuff. I love that era of TV programs. I actually watched quite a lot of them, obviously, prior to doing this on YouTube. You know, it's hard, but all those stuff, I love it. I love the kings and the queens and the princesses, and you know, like servants, and how they obviously like fight up, and the Vikings. I just think it's so good. And now we've got obviously the Michelsons pretending to be this family, and obviously like bending the knee to the king right now. But then his kids have come in, and she took a liking to Klaus, or give him a cheeky smile. And this guy, I can't remember his name, but the guy who kind of took them to the castle, who's in the show here with the short hair now, he was saying, look, I'd stay away from them, mate. Her brother, you know, he's kind of like crazy, and he was like, well, can they really do much harm to miss someone like me? That's what Klaus said. And then she still gave him a cheeky smile as she walked off. So I mean, I want to see more of that. I want to see how it goes. I want to see her story. Has she been with Klaus before? Has she not been with Klaus? She's in the present, which means someone's turned her. Now, this guy was saying that now the sires are at war, you know, I could potentially die, which means I need to come because people will be wanting to get me, which means the easiest target is to take you out. And by taking you out, it takes us all out. Now, when he says the sires, it sounded like he said there was 3 sires, and I just instantly thought of Klaus, Elijah, and Rebecca. Now, I have no idea if that is true, because I know they're saying the sires are at war, but if it's in relation to them, they're not really at war. They're just having a family dispute, aren't they? So that's intriguing. But what's got me fully invested is that he's obviously gone to this place. This witch has let him go inside her head or whatever. She's told the story that it seems like always and forever is not whatever. You know what I mean? Blood was shed. It seems like somebody is possibly going to die. That's the way she said that story. It sounded like one of the siblings was going to come after the other ones, and then that is exciting. Now, obviously, I don't want that to happen, because always and forever, that's what I want, mate. Always and forever, the Michelsons fighting against everybody else, not in between. I don't want them to be fighting in-house. I want them to be fighting out-house. But obviously, someone's going around and killing people in the city, and it looks like it is this new guy that's introduced that was in the backstory that's now in the present. The one that Cami obviously was saying is that guy, you know, who's your friend. So again, he's compelled the real estate agent or whatever to have this penthouse. He's got people there. He's actually feeding on them. I'm interested to know what he's doing with those. Is he transitioning them over, or is he actually killing them? Because obviously Marcel was saying, my people, we won't kill the vampire, the people, and we won't leave the bodies in the street either, because one dead body is less tourists, and less tourists is less people for us to feed on. So I mean, Marcel's smart and strategic in that way. Do you know what? I'm loving the gym fight clubby vibes. Right now we've seen him fighting with Elijah come in, and then we've seen him fighting and Finn come in. He's got relationships with them all. Do you know what I mean? I think Finn is, I call him Finn and Vincent. I flick between them both, but I think that he is a good actor. I really enjoy him. Him and Cami together are really good, especially like it's because he's a witch, but he doesn't really do any witchy powers, but he knows the witchy spells. So he's kind of like a human with good knowledge, and so is she. So then they blend well together, and like I really want her to be with Klaus really, really, really badly. And obviously at the end she was stressed out. You know, Klaus, he really needed someone to speak to, but realistically, it's not the right time, is it? It's like, I don't know, it's like midnight. He's broke into her house technically, even though he's not really breaking in, but technically, and he wants her to just listen and do his therapy stuff. She doesn't want to. She wants a break. She wants to get in bed, possibly. And she's just obviously just lashed out, said a few words, and it's hurt him. It seems like every single person that he tries to let in hurts him. That wasn't that bad in terms of what she said. It was just one of those things, you know, sometimes you just say a throwaway comment and it just gets to you and you're just like, right, I'll speak to you another day, whatever. But he said, I've left you a painting and I painted it for you specifically. And it was a nice picture. It's well cute. I swear down, if they never get together, I'm gonna be well devastated, because literally every time they actually are together, it just makes me smile and I'm proper gagging. Obviously, Elijah, he wants to try and save I was gonna say Freya. Then he wants to try and save Haley, because somebody's bought this land and they want to build, like he said, a casino and golf course on it, and he's doing a number and killing every single person that's coming to try and evacuate the wolves, isn't it? Like, you know, he's going around, he's smoked them all off. They've killed quite a lot of wolves. I wonder who they've actually killed. Is it anyone significant to us, or is it just going to be just randoms? Like, as it'd be good if Jackson wasn't dead but shot, injured. That would be quite good, because we've seen that Haley is actually safe, but Elijah doesn't know that. But Davina extracted her. She took her away. She said she needs her to do a favour for her. What is it? We don't know. Oh, actually, you know, now saying that, Davina has obviously got a problem with one of the witches. She's the regent. Now, I was saying that when you're in charge, yeah, the best way to be in charge is being a leader. And being a leader, but being kind of like nice and accepting to people, and being like somebody like a mentor. That's the best leader. The best leader is a mentor, somebody that will take you under the wing and help you out, listen to all your problems, give good sound advice, you know, like don't tell you what to do, like show you what to do. Don't say do this is say how you do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not somebody that bosses you down. I'm on my high perch and you're below me. That's kind of how Davina was talking to the witches. She was. And obviously someone rebellioned or whatever. She walked away, put a ring of fire around Davina and broke her hands, so to speak. So someone's rebelling now. And I think that the best way for her to obviously get the witches back on her side is to be more friendly with them. But Davina needs to take Marcel's advice and she needs to strike. Now, obviously, you don't have to like attack everybody. But if somebody attacks you or challenges you, you have to stand your ground, don't you? You have to, even if you lose that fight. If someone's trying to intimidate you in real life on a consistent basis, you've got to strike back. You've got to do some action, whether, you know, it's standing your ground and fighting them, or standing your ground and telling on them, you know, like, you've got to show that you're no pushover. That's what she's got to do, because if she lets this one go, the next one's going to come, and the next one, and the next one, and more people will challenge, and then she won't have that authority figure. But instead of going to the vampires, which is disliked, I think that what she's done is she's gone to the wolves, and she wants to use Haley as a person that's going to like fight her battles and like help her out. So again, that is really interesting, and I'm really intrigued to see how that one plays out. As I said, this has been an absolutely fantastic episode for the starting episode of season 3. I didn't know where we was going to go, but we're definitely not disappointed with the avenues that we can definitely pursue down. We've got dead bodies here, dead bodies there, flashbacks, we got like stories of new characters being integrated. You know, we've got ones being pushed on us that somebody's coming to kill Klaus, Elijah and Rebecca. You know, we've got the wolves being attacked. Who's putting this in the bayou? You know, it's mad and it's exciting, and I can't wait to watch more. So if you guys can't wait as well and you want to watch the daily videos, please subscribe to the Patreon, and you can engage in the conversations over there as well. Absolutely lovely stuff over there. Loads of great comments, loads of insightful people, and it's an amazing community that we're building. But if you just want to stick around on YouTube, then the next video will be in 2 days. So thank you very much. If you guys enjoy it, please smash a like, really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.